everybody, it's Karen from Waterfall Acrylics. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome subscribers. Welcome non-subscribers. Welcome to those random people who are just idly scrolling through YouTube wondering, what the hell is this channel? This is a fluid art channel, and tonight I'm going to do a little paint pouring. Anyway, actually tonight is a continuation from the last video where I had done some blowouts and some tilting of a painting using Payne's gray as my cell activator color. Tonight I'm going to do the same thing using black. At the end of the video I'll show you the dried results and we can compare the difference between the two and see what we like best. Let me get you down. Hey guys, okay, I'm back. So as I mentioned, this is a follow-on to Tuesday's video. Same colors, and the only thing I'm going to do is swap out my cell activator color, which in the last video was Payne's gray, and this time I am using carbon black by Golden. So we'll see if that makes a difference, and I'll do both and then show the dried results of both at the end. So my first color we're going to go with is Arteza Pearl Olive Green, right here. And I'll kind of do it like the same as the last video, as best I can remember. I'll go with that green. And then let's do a primary element color art pigment called Autumn Leaf. I'll do some Autumn Leaf. This is Pearl Pistachio Green from Arteza. And then some fabulous Precious Gold, Iridescent Precious Gold by Pebeo. Right there. A little wiggle of dark green. And a little wiggle of that. And here comes the carbon black. I'll try this as my cell activator. And I'm going to try and dig in and get white cells again too. So as always, always cool air on the hair dryer. Never want to use hot air. You don't want to dry out your paints. Always cool air. And I'm going to go high fan. And then probably for the last little segment, switch to low fan. All right. Whoa, that was too much cell activator. That's all right. Here goes. I don't know, I think it's looking more dramatic. We'll see. I'm going to try and reserve judgment between the two cell activator colors. I screwed up the blowout going this direction. Obviously, I lost all my color and it's nothing but black and white. So that's probably going to be the first to go off. All right, we'll let all that collect. Number 2. Yeah, it's already not as light and airy as the other one. And I was out of 12 by 24 canvases. I didn't realize it until I went to paint. I'm like, dang. Dang it. Yeah, I'm just really not happy with that first blowout. Let me see if I can crash into it with this one. That might be a do-over. I'm really not liking the look of it. Let me just put a bullseye this time on this light green and ease up on the cell activator. All right, take two. Oh boy, I think I screwed this one up. We'll see if I can save it with tilting. I love this. I love some of this. It's a little too much. I adore this. This is a hot mess. That's a hot mess. I dug really deep in there again, like I did last video. I'm not going to wait this time though, because I already know I want to pour off this stuff already. So yeah, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to take this stuff up a little bit. Oh, let's add. I don't think I need a lot. Put some on this corner. I always like doing it after, like adding the little bits of paint. So instead of before, because sometimes you don't need as much because you blow it out. If that makes any sense. So yeah, let's crash into this one. I'm gonna take that to the corner. And then let's take, like last time, take some of this off. I got too much black. And bring it back on. And then go down to this other corner. And we're going to smooch everything. See if I can get it back. It's going to be too far off the edge. Yeah, I screwed this one up, y'all. All right, let's do this. There's still a bunch of paint on there. So rather than scraping the whole thing, we'll leave some of this as background and we'll bloom again here and here. Yeah, let's do that. Do a better job. So I'm going to use extra paint to make up for the lack of a pillow. I really like this light green too. So I eased up on the autumn leaf in favor of more pistachio. Although the autumn leaf and the gold together are kind of amazing. And I think this time I really like that too. I like all the little details. Put a little bullseye. All right, let's try this again. Ease up on the cell activator. Here we go. All right, try it again. I think I made it worse. This one's a struggle. We're gonna leave it there. We're gonna play it safe. I might have to do that a third time. I'm so sorry. Let's do this one first while that one settles. I'm not going to make bullets to conserve paint. I have extra pistachio, so I'm just going to do a bullet with pistachio. All right, here we go again. So there's just not enough negative space now. Not happy. I mean, if it didn't have so much paint on it, this is kind of pretty as is. And I made it hard for myself by putting the blooms too much in the center instead of a little off center, because then it's easier to tilt. Let me just wiggle back and forth for a second and take some off this way. And like try to get rid of this stuff here, because that's just oogie. Let's get rid of the oogie parts. And let's come off the top here. I kind of want to crash into the middle of this one a bit. I just want to crash into it and then come back out. And then see what that does is, like, this is just me whenever I do these, staring at what the paint does. I still have this thing, I might crash into it more, but all these cells like had to pick a side, and they kind of flattened out and they made cells that go in two directions. That's not going to make any sense. Watch what happens. I'm going to tilt it back up and it's going to make a line of paint. And then when I go down, you'll see it all like separate and like pick a side. Let's see if I can show you. The stuff I stare at, I swear. So when you go up and you see all the paint like collect in a line right there, can you see that? Like I'll squish it up a little more. Squish, squish, squish. And then when you tilt down, that line, like the cells open up, but they pick a side. Like, am I going left or am I going right? And it's really interesting to me because it makes like a little design instead of being in a circle. I'm actually going to squish up for a second and like take some paint off this one side because there's just too much paint. I'm going to squish over this way. I lost a pretty little feature, but hopefully we gain something else. I'm going to try really hard to save this because I don't want to scrape it. So I'm kind of happy with the top. I have not lost this mess at all, and this needs squished and dealt with too. So let me do that. I'm going to lose my cool white cells, I think. Let's try to go at an angle though, and that way maybe they'll stay and we can swing them back up. Squish the middle of the other one. And now I'm going to come off like at an angle to try and save some of my white cells. Trying to watch 3 areas at once. There goes most of that weird stuff. There's the stuff on the edge. Can you see it that I lost? So let's go back the other way. Stretch all of that out now. And then I'm going to head toward this other corner down below. And it shouldn't hurt the top all that much. And then bring it back. I got a big old rock. I want to see how I feel about the rock. Completely different look than the other one, but we knew that going in, right? I'm debating about this thing. So I definitely don't want to come this way because this is fabulous, right? Like you just don't want to mess with it. So my other option is really to go that way, and I could tilt it either straight like this. Look, so like you try to like envision how the paint's going to move. So if I go straight, everything just goes straight across. This flattens out. I'm going to lose that cool feature there. And this is going to turn into a line. So the only way to like minimize this is I could take a hairdryer to it. I could run a skewer through it. I could try to open this up a little bit by tilting that way, but up at an angle, like if this is north and this is south, like go north and take it like that way, maybe. So I'm gonna try that first to see if I can open up this a little bit. And if that doesn't work, I might, that bothers me enough because it's right smack in the middle. Well, I'm not sure if it bothers me that much. I might walk away for 5 minutes and come back with fresh eyes and stare and say whether or not it has to go or, oh, it's not that bad. But first, let me try to tilt up this way. Kind of like at an angle. Payne slowing down. No, see, because I like the bend that the top part had. So I'm going to bring it back. So that's not going to work for me. Or, I mean, it'll work. I just don't like it. My other option would be to just keep going. What did I say was north? This is north. I could keep going south and take off like the blur, but you know I really like blurs, like the blurry part, and then swing back up. So just for giggles, I'm gonna head that way and not worry about my rock in the middle for a second, and just put the weight of the paint kind of back in the middle, goes off to the side for a second, and then just go this way. And this might take a second. You'll see, it's going to bring everything down. Hi, kitty. And I think I'm going to let it because I like what it's doing to the top too. So we're going to take some of that off, and then we're going to swing north in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then straighten out all the wonky lines. And bring everything back up and level. I'm going to go over at the risk of losing my one cool feature, just to 1, lose paint, and 2, get rid of some wonky lines. Oh good, I saved the part I like. And then come back. I think I'm liking this now. I'm even liking the rock. Oh yeah, that composition's nice. Let me stare. Completely different from the other one. I think that's a winner. Yep. It doesn't look like anything like the first one in terms of being all light and airy, but I do think I like the black cell activator better than the Payne's gray. But you know, not that there's anything wrong with it. I really just think it's personal preference. And just making sure I have paint everywhere. Yeah, that's a keeper for me. Really like this. Let me clean up and get you guys down. After what happened in the last video, I started to like clean up and move. I'm like, you know what? You just leave it right where it is because you don't want anything to happen to it. So this is the wet results of this one here. This one was definitely more of a struggle, but I am really quite happy with this one too in terms of color balance and composition. The rock, I decided, this part here, I decided I really like it now. So I knew I had to walk away. It's because of this line. Like you got this one coming down here and they almost join up, and I just love the middle of this with like the little cells there and the way they reach out to each other. I think is really cool. I also really like the green cells in the carbon black cell activator. That one cell right there on the edge is amazing. Yeah, so I'm happy. I think that's the bottom of the painting. And then up here at the top, I got like a creature. Or like a bird or a penguin or somebody sad, like right there. Do you see it? Like I see an eye and like a little mouth. And I don't know what it is, but I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm gonna leave him right there. And yeah, again, always a sucker for the fade of colored cells going into white ones every time. So there's that one wet. Let me get out of the shadow. Maybe I can do it like that. Yeah, that's super pretty. Be right back with the dry results of both. Okay guys, here's the dry results from the last video with the Payne's gray. I gotta say, it has really grown on me as it's dried because I like the blue and green together. And I really, really do like greens. I know a lot of people don't. I did go back with my pistachio color and add some of the lighter green after the fact. I just make it really thin and just brush it on with my paintbrush just because I felt like it needed some pop of color. This one dried mostly great except for, I don't know if you can even see it, like the little divots here. I'm hoping that disappears under varnish. If it doesn't disappear under varnish, then it will get resined. I'm hoping not to though, because I like how light and airy and soft it is. So there's that one section. And then I love like this whole little wiggle with these cells in here and the little pops of color. That's the bottom. I tried to flip it. Let me do that. It looked horrible. Like I think this is just a one orientation painting. Yeah, see, I don't like it like that at all. It looks better the other way. So let me just put him like kind of over there for a second. So there's that one. And then here's the one from today's video with the black cell activator. And you could definitely tell the difference in color. Now that I have both and they're dry, I'm a little partial to the Payne's gray, which surprises me because in the last video I was not liking it that much. It's really grown on me. This one too got a little bit of extra help with the pistachio color from Arteza and the gold and everything. It just shimmers. It's super pretty. This one too, I think only has one orientation because when I turn it upside down, it looks horrible. I don't like that at all. So I'm gonna put it back, put them side by side. Kind of see, one's a 12 by 24 and the other one's a 10 by 20. So you get an idea. I like them both very, very much. Let me know what your preference is. I am sorely, sorely tempted to go one more time because a person wrote to me and suggested using like a really deep green as a cell activator color. And I might change the other greens out a little bit and use lighter ones, like more pistachio, definitely. And using the dark green, I really like that idea with a bunch of golds. That might be the next video, we'll see. Anyway, let me say goodbye. Yeah, what do you think? I like them both. You guys tell me what your preference is. I wanted to take a minute too and thank everyone who has been participating in the little poll I had thrown up in the community section of YouTube. It wasn't necessarily for me, it was for any fluid art channel. I have noted, it's only been 2 or 3 days, that 53% of you skip mixing and the colors and brands of the paints, which to me I thought was a great point because most of us have a mixing video that we can just refer you to. And the colors and brands that we're using are usually listed either, you know, during the video, at the end of the video, or lately I've been putting everything in the description section so you can find it anyway. So I'm looking at probably snipping those few minutes off my videos and see if anyone notices, basically. Yep. But anyway, please like, share, and subscribe. Help me get to 70K. And before you all ask, this is my natural hair, like straight out of the shower, not even combed. It's super humid hair. I have super, super curly hair. I don't like to talk about anything regarding this at all. It makes me highly uncomfortable, but I know people are gonna notice and ask. So yes, I haven't done anything. I normally blow dry my hair. I can't believe I'm telling you this. Anyway, I'm turning red. I'm going. You guys take care. Peace out.